Hi, I'm Ashley Logan, host of Unapologetically Yours, a podcast where we go deep on everything from spirituality to relationship and connection to business and belief system. And we are trying something a little bit new around here. There's so much happening, and I feel like I have so much to say that we are trying a little 5-minute snippet episodes where we just, share quick thoughts on things happening in the world, quick reflections, easy bite size for you to digest. We'll be sharing them on our social channels and here, wherever you take in podcasts. So thank you so much for tuning in. The thing I want to talk about today is being a bystander. So this is something that's been on my mind for a while. If you are someone close to me in my life, you know that I am someone, when I see trouble, I run right into the fire. And this could be my toxic trait or could be my hero complex. Who knows? But it's something that I do. So for example, when I see someone in distress, I often offer to help and support, or seeing someone having a panic attack who I didn't know on the street, like helping and stopping and supporting them. And at one point, I was driving down the highway in northern Michigan and saw like a chihuahua running down the street and pulled over and then started chasing the dog down the highway, which is like probably very, very dangerous. And also, like, someone had to out that little dog. And then another situation that really got me thinking about this lately was a couple weeks ago, I was driving and I saw a car accident, and I didn't witness it happen, so I wasn't sure on the timeline, but I did see two really young teenage girls and airbags up, and I pulled over because there was no police there yet. And the other person was still in their car. And I stopped and asked them if they needed help. And they were like so confused. They didn't know what to do. They were crying. They weren't hurt, but gave them a hug, offered to, wait with them until the ambulance and police came, called the police, made sure the other person was okay. And, all in, it took me 10 minutes, 15 minutes of my day. And when the authorities came, I just, backed off and left. And I'm saying all of this because I wasn't always this way. I wanted to be. I thought about it. I thought about how I could support and, would be like, oh, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? And then the moment would pass, and maybe without me taking any action. But what changed for me was this realization that no one else is coming to do it, or maybe not. And oftentimes people are afraid to take action because they think someone else is going to step in, or maybe that help is already on the way, or that it's not their place, or that they don't have the skills to help. And that really holds us back. And I think back in the past of how many times when I could have offered help and support and I didn't. And I just made it my policy that if I can help, if I can speak up, then I'm going to. And it takes a ton of courage, and it can be scary sometimes. And sometimes I'm not helpful at all. Rarely do I make things worse, but that's a possibility too. So I think that part of the reason why people don't take action is, one, fight or flight. Fear, trauma that we hold in our bodies prevent us from taking action. And that is real. And we want to honor that. But for the ones who do have the ability, who do have the power, who do have the skills to step in and offer support, it is vital that you listen to that little voice inside of you that says, can I help? Because the answer is yes, you can. So what got me feeling like I wanted to speak up about this was, I don't know if you all saw the recent town hall in Idaho, where a woman shouted out from the crowd and said something like, is this a town hall or a lecture? And unidentified men came over and forcibly removed her from the auditorium while she screamed, who are these men? She even was screaming it to the police officer who was there. She said, Lieutenant, are these your deputies? Who are these men? They told her things like it would be easier for you to just cooperate. And she said, that's what they tell people who are getting raped. And that is true. I can't imagine the terror that she felt in that moment, having a whole room full of people not take any action to prevent it, not taking action to support it, and really many people who are filming. And not to say that filming in this day and age isn't something that is important. It's important to have evidence. It's important to share stories and to capture what's happening. But there were so many people in the room who just did nothing. One, there's a case that you're probably aware of. It was in the 1960s. A woman named Kitty Genovese was murdered outside a New York City apartment complex, and she screamed and was asking for help, and people didn't take action. And this led to so many psychological studies about people and a bystander effect. And ultimately, that case led to the creation of the 911 system, which is so wonderful. And one way you can take action is by calling 911 and engaging someone who can support if you don't feel like you can. But I just want to remind all of us that we have the choice, we have the agency. And this applies to group dynamics when we can help someone. When you see a kid who's by themselves looking lost, you can help. When you see someone who's having a medical emergency, you can help. When you see someone in a car accident, you can help. And the same goes to our own personal lives. No one is coming to save you but you. So when you have that idea, when you have that little voice in your mind that wants you to take action, do it in all areas, from finding the dream job to starting the business to starting the art project to just taking a nap when you need to saying no to the event that you don't want to go to. Follow your intuition, follow your instincts. And as we think about this time right now where there is so much political strife and there is so much divide and discord among the American people, change starts with us. It starts with community building. And so when you think about what's happening on your street, in your town, in your city, in your state, and in our country, when we remember that we do have the power to help each other. We do have power to build community and the power to speak up and use our voices to guide the country to reflect the values of good and kindness and love and light. That is what will move the needle. So it starts with you. Thanks for coming to my mini Bystander TED Talk. And again, like I said, I'm someone who wasn't always this way. And now I just can't help myself, right, wrong, or indifferent. But I encourage you to do what you can in situations to make the world a little bit better and a little bit safer for everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you, and I would love your feedback on our little mini episodes. And this is something that you'd like to see us continue with because, like I said, I just can't help myself. So until next time, I'm Ashley Logan, and I am unapologetically yours.